For the curious venturing into the world of exotic pets, the Rose Hair Tarantula, also known as Grammostola rosea, beckons with its docile demeanor and captivating presence. Often referred to as the Chilean rose hair or the Rose Hair Tarantula, this arachnid has earned a reputation as an ideal first pet for aspiring tarantula keepers. But what exactly makes this eight-legged friend such a suitable companion? This essay delves into the fascinating world of the Rose Hair Tarantula, exploring its natural habitat, ideal captive environment, dietary needs, and essential care requirements. By understanding these aspects, potential owners can equip themselves with the knowledge necessary to provide a thriving home for their Rose Hair Tarantula. Why the Rose Hair Tarantula makes a good first pet. The Rose Hair Tarantula's suitability for beginners stems from several key factors. Firstly, their docile temperament makes them less likely to bite compared to other tarantula species. While they possess urticating hairs, which are tiny, barbed hairs on their abdomen that can cause skin irritation, bites are uncommon unless the tarantula feels threatened. Secondly, Rose Hair Tarantulas are relatively low maintenance. Their simple needs for enclosure size, humidity, and temperature make them easier to care for compared to more specialized tarantula species. Additionally, their slow growth rate ensures that hobbyists won't outgrow their enclosure space too quickly. Thirdly, the Rose Hair Tarantula boasts a remarkable lifespan, with females potentially living up to 20 years in captivity. This longevity allows keepers to build a lasting bond with their unique pet. Finally, Rose Hair Tarantulas are generally quite affordable, making them an accessible option for first-time tarantula owners. However, it's important to remember that owning any tarantula requires a commitment to responsible pet care. While they may be low maintenance, they still have specific needs that must be met to ensure their well-being. Recreating a Rose Hair Tarantula's natural habitat. In the wild, Rose Hair Tarantulas hail from the arid regions of Chile and Argentina. They are terrestrial burrowers, preferring to spend most of their time hidden beneath rocks or within self-dug burrows. This preference for burrowing translates to their captive environment needs. Enclosure size and setup. A 10-gallon terrarium is ideal for adult Rose Hair Tarantulas. As a general rule, the enclosure should be at least 3 times the length of the tarantula's leg span, which is the distance from the tip of one front leg to the other, in width and length, with a height of at least a foot. This provides ample space for the tarantula to explore and burrow. Substrate. For the substrate, choose a moisture-retaining material like coconut fiber, also known as coir, or a commercially available tarantula bed. The substrate should be around 3 inches deep to allow for burrowing. Hiding spots. Provide multiple hiding spots within the enclosure. Cork bark rounds, half of a clay pot turned on its side, or commercially available tarantula hides are all excellent options. Live plants can also be added for a more natural aesthetic, but ensure they are safe for tarantulas and don't require excessive watering. Temperature and humidity. Rose Hair Tarantulas thrive in warm and slightly humid environments. Aim for a temperature gradient within the enclosure, with the warm side reaching 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 23 to 27 degrees Celsius, achieved using a heat mat placed on one side of the terrarium. The heat mat should be regulated by a thermostat to prevent overheating. The cool side can be slightly lower, around 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius. Humidity levels should be maintained between 60 to 70%. This can be achieved by placing a shallow water dish in the enclosure and misting the substrate occasionally. However, avoid over-misting, as it can lead to mold growth. Lighting. Rose Hair Tarantulas are nocturnal creatures and prefer darkness. Avoid placing the enclosure in direct sunlight or using bright lights inside the terrarium. Keeping your rose hair tarantula well fed. Rose hair tarantulas are opportunistic feeders in the wild, primarily consuming insects like crickets, mealworms, and dubia roaches. The feeding frequency depends on the tarantula's age and size. Slings or baby tarantulas should be offered food once every 2 weeks. Juveniles need to be fed once a week. Adult rose hair tarantulas can be fed once every 1 to 2 weeks. A good rule of thumb is to offer prey no larger than the width of the tarantula's abdomen. Uneaten prey items should be removed after 24 hours to keep the enclosure clean. Following the removal of uneaten prey items after 24 hours, it's important to observe your rose hair tarantula's feeding behavior. If the prey item remains untouched for several feedings in a row, it could indicate a few things. Molting. As mentioned earlier, tarantulas lose their appetite before and during a molt. If your tarantula seems lethargic and disinterested in food for an extended period, inspect its abdomen for signs of baldness or darkening, which can precede a molt. Leave the tarantula undisturbed during this crucial process. Health issues. Lack of appetite can also be a symptom of underlying health problems. Monitor your tarantula for any additional signs of illness, such as lethargy, discoloration, or difficulty moving. If you suspect a health issue, consult a veterinarian specializing in exotic pets. Prey size or type. It's possible the offered prey item is simply too large or not the preferred type of food for your specific tarantula. Experiment with different feeder sizes and insect varieties to find what your tarantula readily accepts. Although rose hair tarantulas are generally hardy creatures, there are a few potential health concerns to be aware of. Dehydration. Monitor the humidity levels and provide a shallow water dish to prevent dehydration. Substrate impaction. Ensure the prey offered is not too large to avoid impaction, which occurs when the tarantula cannot digest its food properly. Parasites. Regularly inspect your tarantula for signs of parasites like mites. If you suspect a parasite infestation, consult a veterinarian specializing in exotic pets. Additional considerations. Escape rose hair. Tarantulas are surprisingly adept climbers. Ensure the enclosure has a secure fitting lid with proper ventilation. Temperament. While generally docile, some rose hair tarantulas might exhibit defensive behaviors like kicking, urticating hairs, or rearing up on their hind legs. If you notice this behavior, avoid handling the tarantula and give it space to calm down. Leg injuries. Tarantulas can occasionally lose legs during molting or due to injuries. These injuries typically heal on their own, but consult a veterinarian if you are concerned. By understanding the rose hair tarantula's natural habitat needs and providing proper care, responsible owners can create a thriving environment for this fascinating eight-legged companion. Additional considerations for long-term care record keeping. Maintain a record of your rose hair tarantula's feeding schedule, molting history, and any other pertinent observations. This information can be invaluable in identifying potential health issues or tracking growth patterns. Enrichment. While tarantulas are not particularly interactive pets, they can still benefit from enrichment. Provide a variety of hiding spots with different textures and sizes within the enclosure. Occasionally rearrange the enclosure layout to offer your tarantula new stimuli. Community resources. Connect with online forums or local tarantula, keeping clubs to learn from experienced enthusiasts and stay updated on best practices for rose hair tarantula care. The joy of responsible tarantula ownership. Owning a rose hair tarantula offers a unique opportunity to observe and appreciate a fascinating creature. By providing a suitable environment, proper nutrition, and responsible care, you can ensure your tarantula thrives in captivity. Their calm demeanor and long lifespan can make them a surprisingly rewarding pet for those willing to commit to their specific needs. Remember, responsible pet ownership is a continuous learning process. This guide provides a foundational understanding of rose hair tarantula care. But there's always more to discover. Embrace the journey of learning about your unique pet and take pride in creating a thriving home for this captivating tarantula species. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more to come.